I just got something that's over 100 years old. You wanna see what it looks like on? Because I do. Let's try it on. Happy Met Gala Day. I have to say that the Sleeping Beauties theme is my favorite theme, since Celestial Bodies, of course. The entire focus on the fragility of antique objects in regards to interacting with the human body is something that I don't think gets talked about enough, and I thought that I would show you two of my own Sleeping Beauties. This garment is over 100 years old, and she is starting to show her age, and I thought I would give her one last spin and show you what it looks like on me. So I just want to start about my foundations really quick. I am wearing a 1920s envelope chemise. Basically, it's called an envelope because it is a giant rectangle of fabric that connects at the legs. This is just for community guidelines. I don't want to get taken down. And I'm not wearing the right corset for 1890s. I am going to attempt to put on another object at a later date, and I just don't want to switch corsets. But this is more of a 1900s. The only reason I'm wearing it is because I can tight waist really small, and I'm hoping that I can get down small enough to try on another garment. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the bodice. Basically, this was sold to me as either a fancy dress costume, think 18th century coquette, or a dance costume. I'm thinking it may have been either. The only reason I think maybe dance costume is that the entire skirt right here is cartridge pleated, which don't know if you can tell, but it's the type of pleating that's done right here on the skirt. And it would have gone over something more full, more fluffy, which makes me think maybe a tutu, but at the same time, I cannot imagine having to dance in one of these, really. Let's try it on. The year is 1890s, so let's go through what the undergarments would have looked like. As I previously said, this is not the type of chemise I'd be wearing or the type of corset. You're wearing something that looks more like this. And then, of course, my favorite thing would be split drawers, which, as you can see, they're open in the front. That helps you to do your business. And they fit just like this. Over your split drawers, you'd be wearing. The bustle from the 1880s is out. Hip pads are finally in. With the way the shape of the skirt is, I'm gonna try with something else that's not historically accurate, but maybe will give me the fullness of the skirt that I can see a little bit better. And then you would have had a corset cover, which, as the name implies, covers your corset and it smooths out the ridges from your boning and keeps everything just nice and settled. And then, of course, you would have had a petticoat. This is my brand new petticoat. I am in love with it. It's actually tall enough for me to wear, and it's just perfect. I don't think this is going to work with this skirt, so I'm going to try something that's historically inaccurate, but hopefully will help me to get the fullness that the skirt would have had. To put the skirt on, I do want to show you why I'm going with the fact that I think maybe this actually was a dancer's costume, or at least an 18th century fancy dress. This is what a normal 1890s skirt looks like. It's just a straight front panel, and then you have just this little gradual train in the back. This was for a very tiny lady. This is the dress that I'm hoping I can get the bodice on later. And it had different types of gores, but you can see from the front of the gown is it's smooth. There's not a lot of gathers. Actually, there are no gathers. There's pleats that will help you to keep the fullness right here, but there are no gathers, which leads me back to this costume. This one is full of gathers, specifically a gather called cartridge pleating, which you can see right here. And it's where you've done 3 lines of stitching and you've gathered it at once to create this fullness. I'm going back with the idea that it was a dancer's costume because it's really different from anything I've seen. Now, why I chose this gown for Sleeping Beauties. The Met Gala is showing off different gowns from House of Worth, which are incredibly beautiful from a distance, but once you get up close, you can see they're shattering. They're not aging well. And these gowns were not meant to last. The fact that they're still with us is just amazing, which brings me back to my costume. Time is winning, which is sad. It's very sad, but she's beautiful and I love her and I'm so thrilled she's in my collection. And once it starts shredding, there is just not much you can do. So I'm going to get a tulle petticoat from Bezos Boutique and see if I can try to recreate the fullness that would have gone under this garment. I just think my hip pads are gonna just make it kind of look dull and flat. And if we're going with the theory that it was a dance costume or even fancy dress, it would have had something a little more full. Fortunately, I don't have one of those, so Bezos Boutique it is. Let me go get dressed. Is it historically accurate? No, it's not. But I'm hoping that it's short enough. I feel like this one's gonna be too full. but let's just try. Don't want to go over my head. I feel like this one may be too full, so I may turn it inside out and see if that would work. But all the petticoats that I have were made to be worn under an 1890s dress, not something with such a full skirt. But we will see. And I don't have my corset cover on. I don't have all the appropriate layers because I'd like to feel what I'm doing, and I'm also getting dressed by myself, which, well, that was fun. I didn't need that. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, I am getting dressed by myself, so here goes. I'm gonna use the reflection right here to see what's going on. I'm really, really hoping that this will work because I'd love to see what it would have looked like. Okay, we're gonna use our imagination here. Wow. Wow. I can only see it in the reflection right there, but that is stunning. Let me go see if I can find something to help me hold this up. But I'm thinking maybe it was a dancer's dress. It definitely has more of that shape that I see present in ballerina costumes. I'm gonna try to pull this up just a little bit. Let me go fix it first. I'll be back. I have been waiting for this. Look at this bodice. I originally bought it to wear to Blenheim Palace, and then I couldn't find a skirt that I wanted to wear. So I'm so thrilled to actually get to try it on right now. I hope that I'm showing you how beautiful this garment is. I mean, it's gorgeous, but just like the House of Worth butterfly gown that's going into the Sleeping Beauties exhibition, from a distance, she's beautiful. But up close again, time is winning, and it's a shame. I hate to see it, but there's nothing you can do about that. The fact that she's still here over 100 years later is just wonderful. She's in better shape than a lot of pieces in my collection, but let me show you, first of all, the inside. Finished so perfectly. I would need to do more research on ballet costumes. If we're going with that theory, it was sold to me as a ballet costume. It may have been a fancy dress, but the way that this is made, maybe it was, I don't know. But I still think she's beautiful. And you can see right here where I'm saying that time is winning. She's starting to shred. And there's nothing that can be done about that. And it's sad, but again, you know, time wins. So she's shredding right here. The sleeves are starting to shred. And it's a beautiful garment. I mean, the inside is just stunning. And you can see that it is a mixture of machine sewing and hand sewing. And it's been taken in a bit right here, and someone did do a little bit of conservation work right here. I'm gonna be very careful putting it on. I will probably have to go get some assistance because I don't think I can do it by myself. But you can see that it's been remarkably taken care of. Even the bows have been stuffed so they don't flatten. I haven't tried it on yet. I'm really so excited. I used to be a ballerina before an injury took me out, and I just can't imagine wearing one of these to dance in. And I'm hoping it's gonna fit because the measurements were really close. Okay, I'm using my reflection over here to see what it looks like. Wow. Wow, it's really pretty. I have to go look in the mirror. Hold on, sorry, I'm getting really emotional. Stop, that's really pretty. I am the type of person I get emotional by old things. I know, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to, but wow. I can't imagine how beautiful the woman who wore this, if she was dancing or if she just went to a ball, how she felt. Because when I put it on and when I'm feeling it right now, it feels so loved. Like there's just this really happy sense of just joy. I don't know why it's making me cry. But it's just, it feels like there's so much love associated with this piece. My heart feels so full. Gosh, hold on, sorry. Wow. So I am, sorry, I'm crying. Oh my goodness. I don't really have the words. So beautiful. I'm going to go get some help to fasten this. Wow. I don't have the words. I really don't. I'll think of something. Wow. My goodness. So silly to cry. So here she is. Beautiful. I love her so much. I think part of the reason I feel also very emotional is I wrote my college thesis on fancy dress costumes. So whether or not this is a ballerina costume or a fancy dress costume, I feel like part of my thesis is coming to life for me. I study these garments. I've never owned either a fancy dress or a ballet costume, and it's just the fact that I have it now makes this really special for me. And I think she's beautiful. I hate to put her back in a box, I really do. I feel like some kind of little small flower right here would have been just perfection. So let me do that. What do you think? I think she's beautiful. I really love her. So here are the sleeves. I think the sleeves are just the most delicate thing in the world. I've seen these in fashion plates, and again, I've seen them on the internet. This type of sleeve is something that I'm really excited to try to replicate, especially since I have my own excellent example. And I mean, considering her age, she's in remarkable condition. The back is really stunning. I'm just so happy. I love her so much. I wish I had something awe-inspiring to tell you other than I love her, but I think it's beautiful. And I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope you enjoy the Met Gala exhibition. I'm so excited to go see it as well. I'm really passionate about conservation of our past, especially when it comes to clothing, because I feel like it tells us so much about the human story and where we came from. And I hope you enjoy this. I did so much. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this brought back to life. Bye.